Okay, so basically the first thing I do, I just make sure my setup is great. So I have my gold, I have it on this side here,
Hmm.
um, on the tab here, and then let me pause it because all I'm doing is like doing the setup right now. So give it just a second here. Pause. Okay, so this is my trading plans. I put my trading view, trading plan right next to each other. Why? Is because I'm gonna keep going back to these two tabs. All right.
Hmm.
So just want to give you a tour of my trading plan. I have my Y at the top. You always have to have your why at the top because you know why. Because I mean, you've been through trading for years.
Mm,
It was so many times I wanted to quit, and I'm like, nah, my why is very, very important to me. I need to make sure that I'm not type. I'm the person that's going to break a lot of people's, you know, generational curses, and I want to help with generational wealth. That's what I want to do. I think that's what I was put on this earth to do.
mm,
These are for New York. These are all the pairs that I trade in New York, and I just pick the ones that's strong for that week. I don't trade all of them at the same time. I just try to pick the one that's like close to any type of support and resistance areas or something like that. That's going to give us a really good push for that previous week. So Nas Gold, US 30, Tokyo, I trade NZD USD most of the
mm,
time. CAD JPY and GBP JPY and Tokyo. London,
mm,
same thing. GBP JPY is a hybrid. GEO I kind of look at NZD USD as well, and in gold.
mm.
These are the times that moves very, very well with these pairs. So I
That's
know
right.
that
Yeah.
gold 3M, it goes. If it don't
Yes.
go, then I know that I have to wait around like 5 or 6 in the morning.
Mm,
All right, gold, as you can see here, gold, it pushes at 3:30, I mean 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in New York.
mm.
Tokyo, gold, there's no gold here in Tokyo, right? No. And
No.
then so these are the times where it pushes. And the reason why I know is because I back tested about a good year, found out and found out the days that it pushes. And there is an indicator that shows you how to do that.
Mm.
It's on my Discord channel. It's called the um I'll tell you that later because I don't want to make this super duper fast, too super duper long. Over here, this is my fundamental analysis. I look at the fundamentals as well. Like you pretty much know Forest Factory
Yeah.
and COD, right?
Hmm.
The COD charts.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. I look at the Forex Factory. I look at the calendar for the day and the week. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, and then the self-analysis check, I do this at the end of every trade. So
Mm,
at like say we traded that gold, right? At the end of the gold trade, I always want to make sure that how many entries did I take for that week? I only took those two entries, the two entries
mm,
that you saw, and how many wins I won both. Did you follow your trading strategy? I did, and it just to keep you like a mental check, just to make sure like you're staying on the mental path.
yeah.
These are
That's
all of
something.
this is my strategy here. This is what
Right.
you're looking for. I go to the monthly, weekly, daily, and the full
Oh,
hour
okay.
and 1 hour. And this is my step-by-step guide on how
Mm,
I do everything. And I go back and forth and make sure everything is um on that chart. Most of this is always going to be on the chart, so it's not going to be like, oh my God, like I go through the whole thing. The monthly,
mm,
you're only gonna pretty much change this like once every 3 months or whatever. The weekly, you're
mm,
gonna do this every week. Daily, you're gonna do this part of this kind of sort of routine every day, and then you're gonna prepare yourself to enter your trade. And then when you prepare yourself to enter the trade, you go to this part here. Wait for a price to hit the 1 hour liquidity area, blah 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 blah. Right? And this
mm.
is my risk and reward tolerance. So,
Sorry,
uh,
Tanisha, just to add, sorry to interrupt you there. So your entry is the 1 hour, 4 hour, is it, or 1 hour? I'm just trying to, I was, on the 1 hour, you say, was it wait for the price to give you a candle that indicates exhaustion? Is that an entry on the 1 hour?
yes. So
Right.
basically, I want to wait for my price to hit the 4 hour area.
Oh,
When
got
the
you.
price get to the 4 hour area, I'm gonna go to my 1 hour,
Right. Got you.
right? Some people like to stay on the 4 hour. You want to stay on the 4 hour, you're gonna look at certain other things but I like to look at the 1 hour because I'm like, if I stay on the 4 hour too long, I'm gonna miss a lot of good entry areas for 3 hours because you
Mm.
can't really see anything on a 4 hour. So you go on a 1 hour for good entry. It's kind of like my 1 hour is my 15 minute.
Yeah, that's where I need to be because I think I'm so used to scalping that I need to work. Maybe it's not a monthly, weekly, daily swing trade for me. Maybe it's analysis on the weekly, monthly, weekly, daily, and then maybe a 1 hour entry like you. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. So that's pretty
Mm.
much in a nutshell. I look at the monthly every month. I look at the weekly every week. Daily, I look at daily every day. The reason why is because I want to make sure for today, is it pulling back, or today is it is it following that main we call it main direction. All
Mm.
right, so I'm gonna give you an example here, and I'm starting completely over so you can understand. Like, okay, this is what she means when I say when she goes to the monthly. So it says monthly. Instead of me going back and forth, because I see that it's taking a while for me to go back and forth, I'm gonna put my training strategy on my phone so I can just go through it. So
Yeah.
I'll say, so we're gonna move. So my training strategy says move to the monthly. So I'm gonna go to the
Mm.
monthly, boom, the monthly time frame. So when I go to the monthly time frame, it says mark pullback and mark key support and resistance.
Right.
Okay. So here's a monthly on the gold. All right. So pretty
Mm-hmm.
much the main support and resistance areas like maybe right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm pretty much looking at this candle right here.
Mm.
This candle is pretty okay too because this came up and then this is the highest that gold has ever been. That's 2788.189. And then that was like was it, October, and then
Mm.
November we had that election.
Yeah.
So it came all the way down. So this is election drama here. And
Mm.
then December, it's like we got a like kind of like an inside candle,
Mm.
right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So this looks like and then this candle price is higher than the closing of last month.
This is why I think gold's going up because, and it will continue to go up to 2707, I reckon, because that wick needs to be taken on that monthly. That
Right.
wick there, and it wants to go there. It wants to go there as high as it can. We'll have pullbacks on the intraday level, but we'll definitely get up there.
Exactly. So your pullback, so you're going to know your pullback is just
Yeah.
when gold pulls back and when gold looks like it's selling, it's just a pullback
Yeah.
and that's it.
But,
So what
mm,
I usually do is I mark this as the monthly low on the of last month.
mhm.
I don't know if you do this, but this is what I do.
No, you see. This is the thing. I don't do monthly and weekly. Sorry, the lows and highs. So yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. Mm,
So I know if price ever gets to this level, I need to start thinking, all right, gold maybe over with the buying, and we might
mhm.
be selling all the way down to maybe like here. Because
Got
this
you.
is the
Yeah.
next area. But right now, all I'm thinking about is that gold is is a buy. Gold is a
Mm,
buy. And so what I do is I mark the monthly low and the monthly high. The reason why I mark the monthly low and mark the monthly high is because there is a lot of monthly traders and they got
mm,
crap loads of money.
mm,
And if it hits these areas, I know that it's and also mark like weekly high, low, and close so it can make my marking a lot more faster.
mm.
But for this example, I'll make the monthly blue like that. And
Hmm.
then what I can do is, I don't know if you mark anything, you put monthly low.
I do the sessions. I do the high and low of each session. That's what, well, because I used to be a scalper, so
Oh,
I used to
okay.
wait the liquidity was taken from each session. That's how I would do it. Hmm.
Okay, great. Whatever works for you, I'm just giving you like, hey, you know what? Tanisha does this. That's actually kind of cool. Maybe I should
No,
add it. Maybe I should try it, you know.
this
If
is
it doesn't
good.
work for you, take it out, you know.
Yeah, this is
One thing
good.
I
No,
learned,
I think this would be good to be honest, Tanisha, because I want to get away from scalping. So yeah. Mm.
yeah, if you can get away from scalping, it will save your life. Like a lot of people love scalping. That people are like, oh, don't talk crap about scalping. I'm just like, okay, I don't really have a lot of time. Yeah, you know, so and it saves you a lot of money in the long run. I know people
Hmm.
love scalping because you see an instant grand here, instant grand here. You know, me, I'm holding for a long time to get 1,000, but like at least it's
Mm.
only one trade. Like I traded one time, you know.
Mm, mm.
And while everyone is scalping like two and three, four, 500 times, I'm like, man, I literally just walked away from from the Discord for a whole week, and it was like, where are you? I'm like, I already traded, like, I already traded last week. I already made my 10
That's
grand.
it. You want to get on with your life. That's the thing. I
Yeah,
don't want
exactly. I
to
got other things I'm doing.
hide.
I'm doing one-on-ones. I'm going back to the gym. One of my best friends had a baby. She needs help. My sister, she want to open up a real estate thing, and I'm helping out with her. This is too much
Right.
stuff, so I was just like, no. So that's
Exactly.
basically what I do. Boom.
Hmm.
This is it for the my trading strategy, the monthly. That's all I do on the monthly. And that will stay like this for a good while. So I can
Okay.
skip this for maybe another month. I'll update this and I'll go back to it maybe around February because this is pretty
Right.
much done. All right. So
Hmm.
when February comes, I'm going to move this to this candle and so on, so on, so on, so on.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Same thing with the weekly. So now I'm going to go to the weekly. The weekly, cool, cool. Now here's the weekly. As you can see, um, the weekly uh price really likes this. The week you can see during the week, the price really likes to tap on this monthly low,
Mm.
and it's like heading towards this monthly high. And
Right.
like me and you, we agree like this thing is gonna break right through this monthly high. It is. It is.
Hmm.
So the weekly high, it says mark the weekly high, low, and close every Saturday or Sunday, and then you're gonna compare your current close candle to the last week's candle. Mark key levels, blah 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 blah. All right. So what I'm
Hmm.
gonna do the same thing that I did with the monthly. I'm gonna do the same thing with the weekly. Now,
Ah, okay. Right.
yeah. The reason why I do this is because one, I'm cheap and I'm not spending any extra more money on TradingView, which I can just do it on the thing. There's an indicator that have you do that all the time, but like then that means that you got
Yeah.
to use all your indicator chances. So, but I could just do this. I'm just
Yeah.
like so basically what you do is so it depends on how you are going it depends on when you're going to market. If you're going to market during trading hours, you're going to have to mark the previous candle. But if
Mm,
you like say it's Saturday, no, it's Sunday, right? And it's the trading hasn't started yet. So
mm.
we got to mark this candle because it's going to be a new candle forming when the market opens.
Okay.
So this is actually last week's candle. Even though it
Mm.
looked like this week's candle, but it's last week's candle because we don't have a new candle yet.
Yeah.
So always mark the candle that's not moving. I would say. So
Right.
when in a couple hours, this is going to be another candle forming right here. So this is going to be last week's candle. So you're going to
Mm.
mark your weekly high. You already know candle anatomy, so you're going to mark the
Hmm.
weekly high. And I already have it preset. So weekly high, weekly low. And I literally do this every single freaking week.
Yeah,
I
because
do it every single. They were like, "You do it every." Yes, every single. As you can see, I haven't analyzed nothing yet. I'm just marking
Mhm.
everything.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I'm trying to train my brain to not be so emotional. I'm trying to train my brain to just be systematical. Like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. Weekly high, low, close. I'm not looking at anything right now. Boom. Okay, so now we're good.
Mm,
So this is the weekly close, the weekly high. As you can see, the weekly close and the weekly high is very, very close to each other.
hmm
So that's another indicator that price may want to shoot up because they're very close to each other.
mm, yeah.
If the weekly close was close to the weekly low,
Mm.
then it may be a problem that we might have a problem shooting up. It may want to come down this way because
Oh,
the
okay,
weekly
that's an
close is
interesting
closer to the
concept.
weekly low. Hmm?
Yeah, based on the candle's decision, right? So whether it closes, yeah, if it's bearish or bullish, yeah.
Right, cool. So you got that. So it says market week high close. Boom, we did that. Compare the current close candle to the last week's candle. So basically, we can't right now. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, we can right now because as you can see, this candle was sitting on this like support, and this candle was a
Mm.
momentum candle. It shot the freak up.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, a lot of people made a whole lot of money here. So that's great. So we're done.
yeah.
This is what I do every single week.
Wow.
You have
Okay.
any questions about this part?
No, it's interesting because I I mean I wouldn't do it. The only thing how I would do it was the daily. So weekly, daily. I would check the daily because I was a
Mhm.
scalper. I would check the daily for the direction. That's it. So if it's bullish, bearish,
Okay.
higher highs, higher lows, whatever. I would check that and then break it down from 4 hour, then to 15, and scalp from there. But usually, I would what you're doing with the highs and lows of the week and month. I would do the same thing, but with the sessions. So
Hmm.
I know that if it's bullish on the daily, we we're likely to continue going bullish if it's making highs and lows. So I'm thinking all I need to see is a sweep from the Asian low or something, or an Asian low sweep, then it's going back up because they're going to take
Exactly.
liquidity.
You waiting for that pullback and then that liquidity grab, and then like you already know it's going to impulse up. You
Right.
already know.
That was my strategy for years, and it works. It makes money.
It
So
works. Don't
it
change
works.
it. I don't
It
care what
works.
nobody say. Do not change
but
it.
but but it's time. It's very time consuming, and this is where I need to step away from that because you're watching the 15 minutes and you're constantly waiting, and well, you're not waiting. You're just there, and you need to react as soon as it happens. And it's like
Yeah.
I'd rather see it from your level, what
Mhm.
you're saying on the weeklies now,
Yeah.
and then
I'm
work
doing
it from
exactly
there.
the same thing that you're doing, but you're doing it on a
Right,
smaller time frame. I'm just doing it the same thing, but on a bigger time frame. That's it.
right. There you go. Yeah,
That's it. So keep the methodology, but just move up, move the time frame up. That's it.
yeah.
That's it.
Cool.
So
Okay.
as you can see, this is all you need to do, right? And then you just need to you just on the weekly just find out where the candles is tapping. So the candle is tapping like right around here. This is like actually the main like weekly support area is a whole lot of money in this area here. This is
Mm,
super institutional trading area right here. Because look at this large candle. This candle is 2 or 3 times more bigger than this candle. So I can tell that a lot of institutional traders have set their entries in this area right here. I'm always
mm,
looking where traders are, you know, planning their areas, like planning their entries. So I know like if it's coming down some weird area, I know it's coming down in its weekly low, and I just need to just fall back and just chill and let it do what it need to do.
right.
So sometimes what I do is I make this a lot more thicker, so I know like this is a something that's like serious that I need to to keep an eye on. All right, so that's it.
Mm,
That's it for the weekly. Now I go to the
okay.
daily. Now stuff is going to get a little bit more oh, also what I also do is I look very far away just to take a look. Okay. I just want
Mm,
to, because I'm very visual. So I just want to see like very far away, like what's happening. All right, cool.
And it's still bullish structure. It hasn't broken on the weekly until it breaks that candle there. I can't point to it, but
Right here or here
yeah, yeah, right there
or
on
there.
on where you've got the last week, sorry, weekly low, just there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say there when it starts and it's a strong push. I would
Yeah,
say yeah, we will want to look to go bearish. Yeah. Mm,
right. Sometimes what I also do, I usually use my Fibonacci tool. Sometimes just to see like how far it pulled back. So I go from like this really nice pull back down, and then I'll
mm.
sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It's not really
Yeah,
a
because that's a major low right there where you yeah you've marked 100. That's a major low. Yeah.
yeah. So it looked like it just pulled back like this initial pullback here where it had
Mm.
like that what's it called shooting star or whatever you call it.
Yeah, like
And that pulled
the
back.
great your
It
gravestone
really
in by
it
yeah.
really touched that 50% mark.
Mm,
So that lets me know like okay, 50%, that's like one of
mm.
the a really good pullback percentages that okay, I don't think it's going to go any lower. I think this is the lowest that it will go, and now it's going to start continuing up. I think this is enough liquidity for the institutional traders to keep this going, keep this
Yeah,
going. All right,
I think
great.
so.
All right, cool. So now that's basically it, and
Mm,
that's on the whatchamacallit. And if you want, I can give you a copy of my trading plan, but
okay, sounds
it's
good.
pretty much yeah. So sometimes I don't do it because a lot of people like try to copy it. And I'm like, no, just that's just a guide. I want you to just do what you want to do. Like it's just
Mm,
like now you see like when I put my chart up, you know exactly what I'm like. It's I literally am a systematic trader. I don't do anything different. Everything is exactly the same. So
sure. So,
now when I'm on a daily, my
mm,
eyes is looking towards patterns now. The
oh,
weekly, I look towards patterns, but not that much. I usually look from the daily all the way down. Now I'm looking at patterns. I'm looking at candles now. So
mm,
now I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this pattern. I see there
double
is some
bottom.
type of like this is some liquid grab down here, and then like you have this new low.
So like to me, that's a yeah, it's a double bottom.
Yeah, and I
And
see this like
it's
double bottom, and I'm
yeah.
always looking at the lows here, looking at,
Mm-hmm.
okay, is this low lower than this low? Yes. So that's
Mm,
another indicator as well. And this low lower than this low, yes, low,
mm,
yes. So I'm like, okay, it's definitely having some type of like strong uptrend. All right.
mm,
And then so that's what I do. Then where I go ahead and make this part bigger because I want to just focus on this candle
mm,
because this candle is going to be Friday candle because
mm-hmm.
there's going to be a new candle here in a couple hours.
Right.
So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do the daily high here because this is what I need. I need this daily high. The daily high and the weekly high is always going to be the same in the beginning of the day. I mean, the beginning of the week. That's the way it is. And then put the daily high here.
Will you
And
do the
then
daily close as well? Or
no, this is the daily low right here.
mhm.
That's it.
Okay.
Boom. So I can tell. So I can see every day we made it broke a new high. Every day for that whole
Mm,
week. Every day we made a new
mm,
high. Every day. It never really pulled back.
sure.
So I'm like, okay, if this bad boy pulls back, it might pull back maybe another 50%, or it may just keep going because the momentum is really crazy. But I
Mm,
know always in the beginning of the week, it most of the time it does pull back a little bit to continue its uptrend, and most likely it's going to try to hit this monthly high.
right.
It's just because I'm just looking at this momentum, like this is okay. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's just a continued uptrend. We're
Yeah.
kind of, and then when I also look, I always look to my left. I'm always looking to my left. Always looking to my left.
Mm,
I always tell people, look to your left. Because a lot of people are like, what happened?
mm,
Someone said like, what happened? Like, I was like, well, did you look to your left? Look to your left is like the weekly high. We hit a weekly high. We bumped ahead. We hit a ceiling. And that's why it came down.
mm.
So
There's,
basically,
there's,
I don't see
mm,
anything until maybe up here. I'm looking
hmm
on this side, here and here. So there, I call this no traffic. When I type in, I'm like, I don't see any traffic, meaning like there isn't anything that I see that it may stop it and pull all the way back and do some type of drama stuff. So I think that there won't be any traffic until it gets right up here, like somewhere around.
Right.
There'll be no
That's that's
traffic.
that's why I was pointing out on Friday to say 27 is my target. That's it. That's where it is. Up
Yeah. I was just scared
2,700.
because we on the 4 hour order blocks are so freaking strong,
Mm,
especially GJ. GJs love 4 hour order blocks, and it just like it will literally just stop and it will literally just fall it like
mm,
4 hour order blocks on GJs is like like panic mode. You gotta take your money. But if it'll go through, if it pierces through 50% of the way, the mitigation, all right, cool. But if it
mm.
just stops and it's like doing something crazy, and I'm like, all right, let me take some of my money out because it might start doing like a 50% pullback or something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. So as you get
Yeah.
closer, we're pretty much almost at the neckline of the double bottom. All right. So because I'm looking at patterns and I'm looking at candles, you see,
Mm,
now I'm kind of fine tuning what I'm seeing.
mm.
Cool. This is done. This is completely done. I'm looking at maybe the daily might pull back to the daily low. Sometime it does that. It might even
Yeah.
pull back to this area right here because this is a daily like sometime like daily like resistance area,
Support,
Raphael.
resistance. Yeah, it's gone to, it could go to support. Yeah, like there from
Yeah,
resistance to support.
so
Yeah.
I might even like put a square here just to
Mm,
be mindful. Like, hey, bro,
mm.
be mindful. This might be an area where this
It
thing might pull
reverses.
back from.
Mm.
I just want to be mindful of where the possibilities, I might run into some type of issue if I want to
Yeah,
re
I always call
yeah.
them roadblocks. Just roadblocks, yeah. On the
Yeah.
chart. Mm.
Yeah. And I usually call it like opportunity too. Like, hey, if this thing pulls back, that oh man, I can re-enter it and I can make a lot more money and I'll be safer because I like entering areas where when it pulls back, so when it pushes out, it's kind of like a we call it a slingshot.
Mm.
So a lot of people like to enter where the slingshot is at the top. Like, don't do that. Don't
Yeah,
do that. But like enter when it pulls back. So it can give you like some
right.
type of like release to push up. And then like you
Projection.
out of
Yeah.
harm's way. And
That's a
then what
good
I also
analogy.
do, I also
Mm.
does do this, like I'll put like a little arrow here that it might I'm looking that this price might come this back here and then
Mm. Back.
come up this way.
And we were saying this on Friday that there looks like it should form a rejection soon because we were both on the same page
Yeah,
saying
I was like, and I was telling everyone, please do not be greedy and try to
yeah,
chase gold. Please don't do it. And I think I was telling you, please, because people will do that and
yeah,
hop on. It's called, I usually call it the bus. Like, don't chase the bus because
yeah.
your butt because I always tell buses, I'm like, have you guys ever like rode a bus before? If you miss the bus, what's going to happen?
Mm. You wait for
Like,
the next one. Yeah.
just wait for the next one. So
Mm.
so a lot of people, especially a lot of traders, I noticed that they're impatient. They see it going and they're like, well, I'm gonna catch on it. I'm gonna get on it. I'm like, don't get on it. Like, please don't get on it. And I'm like, but there's some time once in the blue moon, it'll just keep going. And they're like,
Mm.
oh, I should have got on it. No, never get on it because it eventually will stop and it will just pull back on you
Yeah.
and you already got ran over and now you're getting squeezed and now you're in the negative and now you're panicking and you're like, oh my God, I want to get out. I don't know how far it's going to go down.
Yeah, that was me years ago, but
Yeah.
That was me
Some
using
I tell
that.
people, do not catch this bus. And a lot of people get upset. I'm like, don't catch this bus. Please, please, please. It's already gone. If you
Yeah.
haven't gotten on it in this area right here,
Mm,
don't get on
forget
it.
it. Yeah.
It's a
That,
don't get on it. Don't do it. Like I was just saying, like some people, one person was like, are you gonna trade it again? I'm like, no, it's over. It's like the end of the week. It's
yeah.
Friday. It's already in the resistance area. Absolutely not.
Mm. That's right. Yeah, no, 100%. You'll blow your account doing this because
Yeah, keep your money in your
it's like
pocket.
it's like when when it pulled back very sharp on I think it was Thursday, and I was saying what happened there, and it pulled back so quick on the 4 hour, it just dropped. Like, but
Yeah,
it was
you
only a
saw that,
pullback.
right?
It
I
was
was like,
only
woo!
yeah.
Somebody messed up
Uh,
their account. No, it's not
on
just
the yeah, because on the 4 hour you don't expect it to drop that quick. So I was like, wow, that was a quick reversal. But then I jumped back in. That's when because I said to you, oh, I'm jumping back in now. This is when I'm jumping back in because
yeah. Kadaki,
and
that
I
big old green candle was moving. I was like, woo, that's but the thing is that I have I'm so dedicated to my trading plan.
Mm,
If I don't I saw it, I was like, I could have entered it, but I'm like, it's not according to my entry plan. I don't do it
right.
that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I see a momentum candle and it's like a little too far away from the resistance area and it wasn't in that liquidity window time, like I get scared. I'm like, nah, no, nah. I
Fair
usually
enough.
enter around liquidity times, around
Mm,
8 and then 8, 3 in the morning. Sometime I'll do like maybe early Asian session, not early Asian session around 11. That's when
mhm.
gold gives a lot of good momentum, or if it's in a really nice like support or resistance area, or like you said, the weekly, I'll get in because I know all it's gonna do is just keep tapping that area, and I'm fine. So I just want, and I
Mm.
already had money already, so I was like, nah.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
it.
So now on a 4 hour time frame,
Mm,
um, I identified direction. I identify direction on a 4 hour time frame. All right. So this is the main objective is identify the direction. Right now, I see um this candle here is red, look like it's pulling back off of this resistance area. All right, cool. But overall direction is like you said, is a buy. All right.
hmm
And then mark all main pullbacks, support resistance area, possible entry zones. So
Right.
now I'm looking for entry zones because
Yeah.
this is where I want to enter. So overall, I'm seeing the overall buy in this area right here. And the 4 hour entry zone is I look at the 4 hour order blocks. A
hmm
very good 4 hour order block is where this area is here. There's
Yeah.
this candle right here, 4 hour order block. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start marking my 4 hour order blocks right here. So we got this 4 hour order block right here,
Yeah.
like right on that area that we were just talking about.
hmm
4 hour order block, boom, here, boom. I'm looking at this candle, this liquidity grab candle.
hmm
This might be a really good strong 4 hour order block compared to this one
Mm,
because it's just this liquidity candle right here.
yeah.
So I'm gonna put it right here. So it may pull back to just this area right here. So if it
Mm,
because of what happened to that candle last week.
yeah.
All right. So and then it says so these are my entry zones. Mark 4 hour, 1 hour oil blocks, possibly entry zones. Mark daily 4 hour order blocks, possible entry zones, and then mark any imbalances.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the what daily um and find the daily order block. The daily order block is this one right here.
That's it. That candle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
this candle right here.
hmm
So the reason why I'm doing this, just in case I panic and be like, oh shoot, it broke through my 4 hour, both my
mm,
4 hour order blocks. I
Mm.
know it's trying to reach this daily order block. So I'm not like, oh my God, like, oh, what's going
Right.
on?
Yeah.
It's trying, so it may possibly break through and do like some type of liquid grab, like go always do, and try to reach the daily order block right here.
Mm.
So it's a possibility it can reach down here or it can just stay right here.
Mm.
So, and these are my entry zones here, here, and here. I'm not entering anywhere else.
Mm. So the only way you're going to enter is if it once it pulls back to one of those zones and you see some form of bullish momentum candle or something that it shows you on the 1 hour, I'm assuming, right? On the 1 hour where you'll
Yep,
see some developments. Yeah,
yep, yep,
got it.
yep, got it. Okay, and then I'm gonna mark any type of we call it what it says imbalances. So
Hmm.
what sometimes I do is I have like this indicator that I put on sometimes and just to save me time to see if there's any type of imbalances. There's only a little imbalance right here. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna really mark that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
And also it also marks my breaker structures. I really like this equal equal high. EQH is mean equal high. Choach, choach, right?
yeah,
Change of
yeah. Change of character.
character.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm a breaker structure type of girl. Like breaker
Yeah, same
structure,
here.
okay. Breaker structure here, cool, great. I tell them any type of breaker structure because I'm not a impulse trader. I won't enter here. I'll wait for the
Hmm.
price to pull back into the breaker structure and see this candle right here, then I'll enter.
Got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
that's
that's
exactly
basically
me. I think that's what I marked up. If you do you remember I posted my chart? This
Yeah, I
was it.
saw that. I was like, oh my God, he's
This was
super
it.
awesome. Yeah. So now this is
Yeah.
done.
Hmm.
Done. And that's it. And then what I also do, what you can also do is you can either enter at 2676 at the top of this 4 order block. Some people do
Mm.
that too. And or they put in a entry like an order put an order in a 2664.303 and put an order in here. I don't really do that because
Yeah,
the order blocks are so close. It might come all the way down here and test this daily, even if
exactly.
it's just like a
Exactly.
little area. What I may do, I may put an order right here. I may put an order right here, but I may not put any orders here because the daily is just so dang on close and it's so enticing
Mm.
and I see this candle that pushed everything up, so I'm not really I'm not really comfortable at ordering things. But if you want to order, if you want to pre-order, that's what a lot of people do. Especially this guy that I'm following. I'm following this guy. He's a swing trader because I'm trying
Mm.
to get very, very good at swing trader. His name is Burned. I'll give you his information. He's another person that I want to invest in. So I invested in Ralph, and he's more like a intraday day trader.
Yeah.
And Burn, he's a straight out swing trader, straight
Right.
flat swing trader, and he's like very strong in fundamentals. I give you his information. I'm going to be joining. Most likely, I'm going to be joining his class maybe in the beginning of the year. His class is about 5 grand, but like this guy is like he's been a winner of FTMO for like a good. He won FTMO challenges for about like maybe 100 times over. Like this guy is like nice.
Unreal. Right.
Yeah. So this is it right here.
Mm.
This is basically what I do on every single trade. All right. Now let's say the market is around like these areas. Then I'll go
Mm.
to the 1 hour. I'll go to the 1 hour and then I try to look for like a reversal pattern so I
Hmm.
can get in. If I see any type of reversal pattern, like I don't even want to, you already know about the reversal patterns. Any reversal
Mm.
patterns that's going to the upside, I'm entering. As long as it's
What's
in this area here. If it's outside, I get a little weird.
what's your
It
top?
just, it's just me. It's just my personality. You can
No, I
enter
got you. What
outside if you want, but me, I like to enter in
in
here, and
zones,
here's like a double bottom or a double bottom here, or what you call
right?
anything. In even in this zone here, here, I'll enter.
What's your go-to patterns that you like to see? Like everyone has their one or two patterns that they will look for more than anything else. What would be your go-to patterns?
I really don't really have a go to. If I
Okay.
see a pattern, I'm in. If I see a double bottom, like I'm
Mm,
in that bad boy. Like I like
right.
patterns. Candles are cool. Like if I seen like a really big, like you saw that candle, like that candle that was like really just like this type of candle here, like obviously it's gonna just go up or whatever.
Explode.
Or
Yeah.
some type of uh like a morning star or a
Mm,
doji. I love dojis and I love inside candles.
yeah.
I love those. But I have like this let me see. I have something I have like things that I let's see, let me see if I have it down here. But I mean a lot of people look at it and be like, that's it. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah.
Um
The thing is people make it too complicated
yeah, they
to
make it too
trade
complicated
sometimes,
and they're
you
like,
know?
what are you doing? And I'm like, you're making it too complicated than what it is. Like
Mm,
it's not that hard. Let me see here. Give me just a second here. Okay, cool. All right, so basically this is what I use. It's below my trading plan.
mm,
All right. So I go here and oh yeah, we playing it's yeah, so I'm looking at this is my 4 hour order block right here. The
yeah.
support zone, and I'm looking at any of these candles right here on the 1 hour.
Mm,
So this is the
okay.
4 hour order block.
Mm,
And on the 1 hour, if I see this, I'm entering. But I'm gonna enter at the when it closes, I'm entering at the top of this candle and I'll put my stop loss at the bottom.
mm,
On the 1 hour, but the thing is the price had to be inside the 4 hour. If they're not inside the 4 hour order block, I'm not looking at this. I'm not going to the 1 hour because 1 hour is like
no.
an in, I'm looking to enter.
Yeah. Your entry time frame. Got it.
Yeah. So
Mm,
if I see this, if I see inverted Hanner pattern on this support area, this you understand what I'm looking at, right?
yeah, I see it. Yeah. The intra on an intraday level, you got the your yeah, inside day or your
This is my
golden
four
hand.
hour order block right here. Soon
Mm,
as price develop this on a 1 hour, I'm
mm,
entering at the this is the entry area right at the top. I'm gonna put my
yeah,
stop loss at the bottom right here.
I got it. Yeah.
Here.
And
Now it depends. Now it
mm,
depends. If I look to my left and I see any type of weirdness, I might put my stop loss a little bit below because of whatever I see on the left hand side.
mm.
Like for example, I come here
I know what
and
you're
let
saying.
huh?
You'll put the if you see a low that's dipped, yeah, you'll put your stop loss under that low that's dipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, if I see like a doji or we call it a morning star right here, but put a more
Right.
if there's a morning star right here, let's see, let's say this is this square right here is my morning star.
Mm,
Like this whole thing is like a morning star, like the what the morning star look like. I'll put my
yeah.
entry right up here, and I look to my left, I see this candle right here that like kind of like tapped into this one. I might put my stop loss a little bit lower, a little lower,
Mm,
just in case it start tapping on this daily low right here. because price love daily lows. So I'll probably put it
What do you think
down
about?
here. Or I might even put it all the way down here and just make sure my stop loss is small.
Yeah. What do you think about people that do they have tight stops, but what they do is they use an ATR to see the volume of each candle's the last 14 candles on the 1 hour, and then they'll whatever the reading is on that ATR, they will from the low of that last candle, they will add on or deduct rather the one ATR, for example, or whatever the reading is, they deduct it so that they can put it underneath, so that they make sure that they won't get wicked out, basically based on volume of the candle. Do you know that sort of
Yeah,
is something to do that stop?
a lot of I used it a couple of times. I
Mm,
honestly don't like I'm not really like a huge numbers person. I'm more like a visual person. And if
yeah.
I see certain things on the chart, my brain start to know like, okay, cool, this look like that this this uh these institutional traders or any type of traders, they like this area because I see the type of shapes that the candles is making in this area. Like this candle right here, it's like very alarming to me. So
Mm,
like that's telling me there's a lot of liquidity in this area, and that
yeah.
it may start to come back to retap in this maybe like one more time. I usually do like twice. Like if a candle dips into the same area twice, that means it has just a little bit more liquidity left, and then it'll start to, travel up. Or you can use the ATR to figure out like if it's enough. Like if on average, like you said, on average, like the average pip amount.
True range of the
Yeah,
candles.
the
Yeah,
true
yeah.
range, right. So you can do it, you could do it either or.
Mm,
I don't see like it's like a major difference, like a major like huge turnaround or like, oh my God,
yeah,
we need
yeah.
to use this. Like you can if you want, but if you don't want to, I don't think it's going to like affect like your pip amount or your percentage of increasing your amount of money because you didn't use the ATR or something like that.
Mm,
Yeah, but that is it. That's pretty much in a nutshell, like what I do when it comes
okay.
to marking my charts, where I'm entering, what I look at. I
Mm,
also um that's pretty much that strategy that I use. That's kind of sort of like what Raphael uses.
yeah.
Hmm.
And similar to me with the scalping strategy based on session momentum. So that's what I
Hmm.
used to. It's similar sort of thing, really. To be honest, is just like you
Hmm.
say, scale up. Don't do
Yeah,
that on
that's
the other
it.
time. Scale up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. You all you're doing right now with this one-on-one session is just learning to just
Mm.
move up a time frame, a couple time
Mm.
frames, but still using the same like strategy
Methodology. Yeah.
concepts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. I think if I can get my head around, well, it's not to get my head around. It makes sense, and what you're saying. It's not that I'm confused. It's just got to apply myself to doing that rather than doing the old way. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Be like, okay, I'm done with the old way.
Mm,
I'm ready to do something new. That's why I was like, okay, um that's what I wanted to do too. I was like, let me try something. Let me go into like the swing type of arena because I started to notice that these $1 million traders, they're actually swingers. And I was just like, they're swing traders.
mm,
Oh shoot. Not a lot of $1 million traders are, scalpers. I don't know a lot of successful ones. So I was like, okay, this is the
yeah.
formula to this. Let me just graduate over there. So I've been
Yeah.
like swing trading for at least a good a little shy of a year now, and I'm like, okay, great. Now I want to implement more of the fundamentals
Mm,
and then look for a mentor that is straight out swing trader. So let me start recording this because the session is done. If you have any questions, let me know.
that's fine.
Um,
Yeah. That I think we're good. I kind of that's it. I've got it. I know what to do now in a sense of where to go on the higher time frames. And yeah,